A very good evening to one and all from India, and very good morning to all viewers of Brazil. And good day
Good evening.
to all viewers of other countries, those who are going to watch this joint venture of India and Brazil on topic planting seed of research in students. Indeed, it is great pleasure to have Dr. Daniel. This is episode 2. I would love to invite you and welcome you. Followed by, I have Dr. Salil, who is professor in management, Jammu and Kashmir, representing India on this topic. Welcome to Rezane, welcome to Madam Maria, and welcome to Beatrice. Dr. Daniel, in professional education, in higher education, kids are very confused. I would love to hear what are the key factors and what are the key points which students must keep in mind before they go for their higher education. Welcome to you, over to you. Floor is yours for 10 to 15 minutes. Dr. Daniel.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Singh. Thank you, everyone that is here with us in this morning. Thank you, Dr. Salil, too. Good morning from Brazil. Good evening to people that are in India. It's a very important question that Dr. Singh mentioned for us, because here I am a PhD in science education, and always we are reflecting about this question.
I think
and I will try to speak a little bit about some projects that we are developing here in the city that I live, and that try to make this approach between the university and the seed of research in young minds, trying to look their future here in the university, or how to develop the minds to scientific minds specifically. And in our last meeting that I had the opportunity to participate, that was called Developing Research Skills in Young Minds, I will talk a little bit about our researchers' works and actions of the study and research group on non-formal education and science teaching, that is called GENFEC in Portuguese, that is led by myself and Professor Pedro Colombo. This group of research, after I will put our link here in the chat, works with the themes of teacher training, non-formal education in youth, specifically scientific dissemination and science teaching interface. And among the actions developed in recent years, some of these projects have stood out with the support of external agencies here in Brazil and international agencies too, including innovating and contextualizing teaching. When we think, for example, about the insertion and investigation of solar physics teaching in high school, because I am a physics teacher, and forming science disseminators for our region here in the countryside in Brazil, scientific fairs too, and exhibitions beyond the university walls. And one of these projects is related to scientific dissemination, and we acquired here a traveling planetarium that is a part of a program that we call Beyond the University Walls, Scientific Dissemination Through Social, Educational, and Cultural Actions, that is managed by me and Professor Pedro Colombo too. And other two teachers here of the university, Marcos Moreira and Tiago Marinho. And in this itinerant space, research actions have been developed about public perception of science, specifically with young people. We had only 2 years of this activity, and more than 1,000 young people stay with us in this activity, and has the aim to popularization of science and technology and teaching at different levels. Is one of our objectives to approach the university to youth, for example, to high school and to elementary school too. Other possibility that we can work here is and related to science dissemination, is the science fiction films that we work to. And for example, the work of Castillo here that work with us in GenFEC, work with an analysis of cinematographic narrative in science fiction movies, films. And Castillo work with some films that are films that is constantly used in classroom here in our city, and are science fiction movies that aren't films related to documentaries, for example, that are science documentaries, but are science fiction movies that youth in general can watch. For example, Her, The Arrival, The Martian are films that were worked in Castillo's work here in our city, and can approach some aspects of research and from science to youth people. Other actions about this theme is our book that we produced in last year, that is called Museums and Non-Formal Education, Texts and Contexts. I will put to here after the link. It's a free book, free ebook that can be downloaded from our website, and talks about a little bit of these actions too, but it's in Portuguese. This book is written in Portuguese. Other possibilities to approach the youth from the seed of research is work with active methodologies. And we have many possibilities to do that. And we talk a little bit about it in a live that we work in a channel here in the city that I work, and I will put the link here too after my talk here. Other possibility is the work with the text of scientific dissemination. We have here many magazines that youth consult here and can be used in the classroom to approach the scientific dissemination from these people and from the university too. Other possibilities, the museums and the virtual museums that we have here and can be explored too. And I will try to speak a little bit more about this topic, is the science fairs. In addition to these productions related to science fiction films, to the traveling planetarium, the scientific dissemination texts, we have the science fairs that maybe can be the most important action to approach the university from the high school specifically, and can bring this youth to the university. And we had the experience of planning and executing an event of this nature here in the city that we live, Uberaba, Minas Gerais, from a perspective of teaching by investigation. uh, a partnership between public schools and the Federal University of Triângulo Mineiro. And the academic productions and extension projects can develop research skills in young minds and plant the seed of research. This intervention specifically sought to involve directly or indirectly the entire school community, working in the high school, about 1,000 people too, involving students, employees, and teachers, as well as undergraduate students and professors at the university. It's a partnership work. As a result, we saw that the school-university partnership provided the construction of a differentiated event proposal and provide some reflections on the continuity of actions in the basic education classroom and in the university too, with some implications for the continuing education of teachers at the university, especially for participating undergraduate students. And most of these students that participate in the science fairs here are at this moment in the university, in the careers of engineering, in mathematics, in biology, in physics and chemistry. And we think that is a way to plant the seed of research. I think that is in general lines what I want to talk here.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel. I think very well said. You have started a community learning. You have some initiative where you are collecting people, and especially I like the way you are spreading it. My best wishes and my compliment to you. Such things need to be done. Such things need to be taken to the whole world, where students and young minds can get inspired and do well. Dr. Salil, coming to you, with such a small initiative which Dr. Daniel is doing at his level, how far you look it useful, or what are the additions you would like to recommend in this case? Still, I remember, as you told last session, this need to be started from the young age of class 6, 7, and 8. So how far you take this forward, his talk?
Okay,
Welcome.
okay. Thank you so much, SK sir, and thank you so much, Daniel sir, for your input. Well, I think the food for thought from my end would be, I would first of all like to, talk about a very interesting paper which was written by Arun C. Mehta, and that was related to indicators of educational development in schools, especially in the Indian context. And there he projected, some of the indicators like admission rate, like completion rate, dropout rate. Uh, but one interesting indicator of educational development that was pointed out by him was innovation in teaching and learning. Now, this is something that was emphasized at school level. Well, we talk about a lot of innovation and innovative techniques in teaching, but how far is it getting translated into learning? That is something that we need to, emphasize on, especially when we are talking in context of planting the seed of research in young minds. Now, taking cue from this, I have devised, certain workable solutions which can actually go a long way in development of that research acumen in young minds. I will talk about them one by one. One of the very interesting thing, as already has been pointed out by Dr. Daniel, is about the involvement of students for taking up certain field project work. That means the students should also be involved in collecting certain primary data collection, which otherwise is a cumbersome task for the organizations opting for it. As he has mentioned the name of the program as beyond the university boundaries or beyond the school boundaries, this is one of the workable solutions that can actually turn in our favor as far as development of research acumen is concerned. The second workable solution could be that the spending on research and innovation is actually never an indicator of the innovation output that we get. Therefore, we just cannot think of getting into the blame game that since we do not have enough finances, so we can't get into innovation and we can't get into research. So all that we need here is creativity, and that should start at the grassroots level. This is what I talked about in my last session. And when I say grassroots level, what I'm referring to is schools. Therefore, my advice to the schools and even to the pre-colleges would be that go for certain innovation incubation centers at school level itself. Encourage science models as Dr. Daniel is already doing, but also encourage certain social science constructs, because we keep talking about science, yes, that is taking us forward, but people are not talking much about the social science constructs. So I think that would be another very interesting thing. Another workable solution in the same direction could be the schools getting involved with a lot of universities, because in today's time, most of the universities are running or they are planning to start off their own innovation incubation centers, wherein they look forward to schools coming to them with certain plausible models. So in case you can think of entering into some sort of a collaboration, I think it could work wonders not just for the nation, but even globally. Also, the second point from my end would be to include certain subjects or certain topics of research methodology, maybe as a voluntary subject. I won't say get into details of research methodology, but give the very basics so as to create what we call as a scientific temper in the minds of the students. Development of their curious mind and giving it a direction to validate it, I think that would really go a long way. Nextly, one of the basic problems that I have encountered, even when the students are getting enrolled for a PhD program, is the reason why they want to get into research. Most of them want to get into research because probably they seek it as that once they have that PhD degree in hand, they can possibly apply for university level jobs. However, this should not be the case. It should be driven internally from the students, and it should not be seen that okay, earning a degree would get them a job. Okay, so in this regard, I have to say that maybe inclusion of study of the intellectual property rights and laws at school level, a very elementary form of it, so that creativity can be pushed forward in a positive way, so that students actually come to know that innovation and research can be a very favorable and a rewarding career option. So because otherwise the students, they keep on thinking that okay, doing an engineering degree or taking up a law degree or taking up a medical degree is the end of life. However, they should start seeking research as a career option, as a bright career option, right from the school days itself. I hardly come across people, I hardly come across students who at the school level say that okay, I want to become a researcher. Very few students do. Another interesting thing, I mean, for schools could be maybe taking up, or the school should be inclined towards taking few PhD faculties for innovation incubation centers. These are the people who can through research. So this is something that can really go a long way as far as development of research in young minds is concerned. So that's what I have to say.
I think
I think that
very well explained, Dr. Salil. I must pay my gratitude and compliment to you, putting things in a very jotted manner, which is really, really required. What I like, innovation in the education. Uh, Beyond the book, beyond the syllabus, I would submit my own experience. My son was completing his mechanical engineering, and up to second year, he was not in position to convince me, no, this is not my liking. You told me to appear for examination. I appeared, I passed, I scored. And second year, he was trying to convince me I am not going for engineering. I told him, gentleman, what are you going to do? He convinced me I want to go to research. So research, one path which was starting at beginning, he left. He should go to BSc, MSc, and then he should go for research. So he completed his BTech to 2 years, 4 years, 2 years plus 2 years, and then he started appearing for the examination, which was equivalent to the master's degree in India, because this was a question mark. If you are a student of BTech, why you want to come for research? Anyway, he was trying, he did lots of internship in terms of research, and today he is in US. This is my own experience. Maximum parents or students, they are not aware of why research is important. How research can be a one proud career of your own life. Rightly mentioned by Dr. Salil, PhD faculty in school may give some glimpse of research, because in his school education, even though teachers are not in position to give or ignify that flavor. Dr. Daniel, you are doing, I really appreciate your effort. India and Brazil, both of professors, those who are here, talking about the methodology. Can we have some role model of one small research project which can be done at a school level? We take help of professors of science. We take help of professors of social science, which was added point by Dr. Salil. Because if social science is missing from life, you do not have any objective which takes you to the right direction. Society, family, and our general life, which includes culture, language, religion, is a complete combination of happiness. Otherwise, without social science, science will be incomplete. So can we draw some line? I seek permission of Beatrice to frame some small research work at school level as a joint venture for students of Brazil and for the students of India, and maybe students of Sri Lanka, maybe students of all country where global Edu-Leader is being connected. So Dr. Daniel, I will take your feedback. Can we have some simple small program? Suppose you talk about innovation in science at a school level. Can we have some small project where we can identify the students? Otherwise, we keep talking. We have to take this forward.
Sorry, I didn't listen to you. Could you
My
repeat,
question
please?
is, can we have some simple small research work which we can take to the school level? Anyone?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. We have here a small sample. Do you like to see it? I can look for here and show you our send after, but we have many possibilities here, including the courses by teachers to work with their students, the methodology of projects. That is important to develop the research mind and many things about it. But we have here many samples.
Okay, I would love to take the 3 sample. One is from student of science and one is from students of social science, and one project which I want for nature. Because global Edu-Leader believe if nature is not being saved, if nature is not being respected, there is no meaning of life on the earth. This pandemic has shown we have poor immunity. We cannot fight with such pandemic. So we have to be strong. So one project for science at the age of 16 years, one project for 12 to 14 years, and one project for saving nature. How they realize the importance of oxygen, how they realize the importance of plantation. Dr. Beatrice keeps sending me lots of projects. So I would love if you suggest 3 projects which India and Brazil will do together, especially for the 3 category of students. Dr. Salil here, how we take this project forward and how we take your input, because I know you personally, you are a very keen person who is goal oriented rather than talk oriented. We are talking a lot, but on practical ground, how we can do it?
Okay. Um, See, currently I have got two, three things running in my mind as far as, providing workable research-based solutions to something that you are asking. As far as environmental things are concerned, do you want to discuss it in this session, or should we take it, for the next
I won't
session?
just give the glimpse of environmental project. Science, Dr. Daniel is already
Okay.
doing. Yeah.
Okay. SK sir, for social sciences, I mean something which could you actually glamorize your school and at the same time help in the nation building also, which can be seen as a part of research in social sciences would be that the new education policy has very recently it has asked a lot of CBSE schools that they will come and they will undertake some sort of a sample survey that will be conducted in certain schools. In case you can get those questionnaires from the end of the MEP people, and you can begin that survey by employing your own students to conduct the survey in your school, because maybe your school is not selected for being conducted for that survey. Why don't you employ your own students to do the data collection? Why don't you employ your own students to prepare certain statistical reports based on whatever they have collected? Because this is probably what we try to do, and then submit it to the government that okay, this is what you have done. Maybe in a small area, even if you are able to conduct that research based on the guidelines of NEP, that okay, this is what you are doing. I think you can statistically prepare them. You can at one go, you can go for primary data collection also, and the students would themselves learn that what are the hurdles that they face when they actually go for field collection of the data. This is something that they can do within the school premises itself, or you can send them maybe to some other schools in the nearby vicinity. So you can
Great.
submit that project to the government of India, and you are going to get highlighted. Your school is going to get highlighted, and the nation building is also going to go a long way. This
Perfectly
is
all right.
one suggestion.
Perfectly all right. And I think it is approachable if we start from our school and that we
It is.
exchange
It
with
is.
Brazil students. So Dr. Daniel, at final call on science project for age group of 16 to 18, I want one project where Indian students will participate with the Brazil. And Dr. Salil, I'll be working on the social science project. Whatever comes to your mind, give me a scrap which I can take it forward on my own school, and then we do joint project with Brazil and other country. As you told, this is not only nation building, it is the global contribution for humanity where education is being taken into consideration. Otherwise, machine, robots, bombs, rockets are the not real invention which are going to helpful for all of us. This session, I am cutting it for 5 minutes because maximum time bye-bye is not possible and time goes at end. So my two speakers have already shared their views. This is time for Beatrice. Would love to hear you as a vote of thanks, as a matter of gratitude to the session. Beatrice.
I don't speak now. I don't interpret now.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
No
thank you a
issue.
lot.
So I will take it forward. Indeed, it was a very happy moment for me to have such topics which we can take it forward. I still remember when I used to talk to Dr. Salil, he used to say, see, we talks a lot, but we do not do such things which are really visible on the ground. So I do promise we take this session forward with the one small simple project in the next episode by Dr. Daniel, and one small sketch where school can practice. I may get some questionnaire, I may get some information, but I want you to be guide and mentor for research project, especially for the student, those who are in the school. And if India and Brazil will start, maybe tomorrow Sri Lanka, day after tomorrow, other countries may join us. And this journey of Global Edu-Leader Forum will reach to the objective. What objective we keep? Connecting mind, connecting soul. Distance 12 to 18 inch. It takes entire life to connect. So this is all for today. Hope to catch you in the next episode with detailed topic on science, environment, and social science. This is all for today. Thank you so much, Dr. Daniel, for being here. And I'm really delighted to know you are doing lots of projects, and we will take 1 or 2 projects as a partner of India. Thank you so much, Rejane, for being available on the screen. Madam Maria, thank you so much. You are always there as a motivation. Your presence is the empowering for all of us. We get a lot of energy to see you on the screen. Good friend of mine, Dr. Salil, the journey of gel is without you and your concept is incomplete. So this is my gratitude to you on personal friendship ground. You have given me lots of energy, lots of positivity, which I'm taking forward. And Beatrice, without you, this program was not possible. All credit goes to you. You are the pillar of this bonding and this program where we can empower our students, our community, and our parents, and we can take it forward. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.